Testing, testing, 1, 2.
See, the problem with this thing is that it works when it wants to and not really when we need it to. Testing, testing, testing. Hello, hello. Whoever, it's the same thing with my speech. Whoever set up this microphone did a very horrible job. Very horrible job.
All right, you know what? I'm just going to stop talking and the microphone can work when it wants to.
So.
Halloween season, it's coming up. It's coming up real fast. And after that, Election Day, 5 days later. Yeah, we're actually 6 days after All Hallows Eve is Election Day. Election Day, the day that we're all waiting for, when the Republicans finally get
into office.
I tell you, this stuff just works when it wants to. So yeah, you know, our speech, the weather has been really kind to us. As you can plainly see, I am, you know, soaking wet. Got a very nice suit. I had to dress up today, wear clean clothes. Oh my God! And you know, now I'm out here at the Infinity Waterways theme park. It's a very beautiful theme park. Very, very beautiful theme park. And we were planning to open it this year. At least I was. I was. But you know, Trevor TV, yeah, he kind of failed up to that. Failed to live up to his promise. I mean, come on, we were going to co-own this theme park. We section out this little piece of land just so we can, you know, and we had this whole thing planned. And we started this in July. And I mean, now look, it's going to be October Tuesday, you know. So basically, here's where we stand. I have a chemistry test Tuesday, and instead of studying, I am campaigning. And that's not going over too well with the folks at home. But that's okay, though, because, you know, they're voting Democrat this election, and, you know, God forbid something happens to me, you know, they can thank our current mayor, Shank Jenkins, and CEO of IXL Learning, Paul Senabir. They're very horrible people, very horrible. IXL Learning, very horrible program. We hate IXL Learning. It's such a horrible program. Nobody likes it. And, you know, I'm sorry, I still can't get over the fact that I was going to open this theme park, you know, some point this year, and we do only from July to October. So don't come to me October 30th, because I'm probably not even going to be at the Infinity Grizzly Holdings October 30th. I'm either going to be at school or campaigning. I don't even know yet, but yeah, don't come to me and say, hey, you know what, I want to ride some rides. Well, get bad news, you can't, because it's fall, and yeah, so pretty much. Moving on. Last week, we were very blessed to receive the endorsement of Mayor of Leisure Pole, Bigsley Katz. We were also very blessed to receive the endorsement of everybody's favorite Republicans, Ann Alice and Uncle Jerry. Give them a round of applause. And last but not least, not me, because, you know, Donald Trump has no idea who I am, but, you know, Cindy Moostress was even lucky enough to receive a political endorsement from former President of the United States and future President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. Listen, I understand that the economy is doing so bad, and New Rocksville's economy is doing so bad that you can't even stand up. You can't even sit here. I think we got like one person. We got one person in our online audience, our booked audience. Everybody else, all of you, you're all standing in the rain. I feel so bad. I feel so bad. And here's the thing, there's a nice, warm, dry theater. It's literally, if you could see it, it's right up there, under the Moostress administration. That theater's going to be free for whoever can use it, but under the Jenkins administration, like it is now, nobody's using it. Nobody's using that theater. We could be inside that theater. Nice, warm, dry, probably even be serving some food. We can get actual security here. Yeah, so just a little bit of a rundown. We have, in my short time campaigning, I've been called every cuss word in the book. I've been assassinated, taken to JFK Hospital. I came out 2 days later, I'm fine. I'm fine. Back to the whole CEO thing. Landman was in charge of the company in the meantime, Yeah, it really just goes to show how horrible IXL learning is, to the fact that their CEO has to kill me in order to stay in power. And to the Democrats at home, I mean, really? So let me get this straight. Paul Senebeard can kill a child, or can attempt to kill a child, because he's killed so many people, it's so horrible, but he can attempt to kill a child. Forget me being the CEO of Infinity Studios in Grizzly Halloween, forget that, just a child, or anyone, and you're still going to go vote for this guy? I mean, fine, but, the Democrat parents, don't be surprised when your child fails an IXL, they don't see their next birthday. That was your decision, but see, the problem is, and we'll get back to the Paul Senebeard thing later, the problem is nothing is working today. The debate has to be, not the debate, we'll get to that next. Actually, Cindy's going to talk about the debates. This is her speech, I'm just starting it off. But, nothing's working today. The weather, very, very mean to me, very mean. And, the only protection we have for the camera, and the speech is being delayed. The speech is being delayed because we have such terrible service. We're like Alaska. We got such terrible service here. It's so bad. So bad. Yeah, you go to the Infinity Grizzly Holdings, this is never an issue. We have Optimum's lowest and cheapest plan, and we've been able to do a lot of great things with Optimum's lowest and cheapest plan. Just paying $3,000 a month. Not really nice to me, Grizzly Halloween's only doing so well. Infinity Studios is only doing so well. Bob and Lamb Arcade, again, only doing so well. So, it's a lot of issues, Yeah, so... But anyway, back to Paul Senebeard. He kills children that, can't do IXLs. I'm like, you're going to vote for this guy? I mean, really? I don't know, I can't understand it. Some people would rather be Democrats than, I guess, be able to see their children turn 18. I mean, I don't know, because I'm not a parent myself. I do live with a parent, Jody Beltimore. She's wonderful. And by the way, I didn't like what Shane Jenkins said. I didn't like what he said. That Jody Beltimore's a horrible mom. She is not. Jody Beltimore's a great mom. Let's give her a round of applause. Come on. Wonderful mother. She raised 3 wonderful children. She's currently raising 2 beautiful children. Of course, we all know what happened to Frogbear Beltimore. What happened to him was very unfortunate, very tragic. Our beloved friend Frogbear Beltimore has committed suicide on September 22nd, 2024. I think that was when it was. It was the 21st or 22nd, I don't know. We've been grieving very hard at the Infinity Grizzly Holdings. I think one day we even closed down the businesses just so I could take a personal moment to grieve. And although Frogbear wasn't really known for much, he wasn't like Lamb, Brief, and Bob for that matter, but now I've been hurt personally because IXL Learning has taken one of my friends. IXL Learning has taken a part of my family. It shook my family tree. And it's shaken many other people's family tree. But, it's so bad. But we're doing good. We are doing good in the polls. We're doing really well in the polls. I think we, out of the 2 people that voted, we got both votes. So I think it's safe to say that I am going to be the future vice mayor of New Rocksville. I think it's very safe to say that. All right, I know you don't want to hear from me because I actually got a couple surface cool calls to take. You know, I'll pay attention afterwards. I know you don't want to hear from me. I'm only the stupid vice mayor. Nobody cares about that. No. But I know who you are here to see. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, allow me to welcome the third mayor of New Rocksville, Mrs. Cindy Moostress. Okay, testing. If you're wondering how I'm going to be speaking to you, you probably can't even see it, but I got a microphone attached to my ear. So yeah, let's hope I don't get assassinated during this, debate like President Trump or CEO of Grizzly Halloween South Terrell. But anyway, thank you, Sal. You're so nice. All right, and to all those who could come, thank you so much. As Sal may or may not have told you, for those who are standing because they can't afford seats for $5 in this administration, well, don't worry, we're not mad at you. We're not mad at you at all. Because aren't we here to unite the American people? I mean, really, you know, that I am really very similar to RFK Jr. I believed for the longest time that the Democratic Party was the party of justice, the party of the Constitution, the party of, freedom of speech. I mean, it's in the name, liberal speaking, freedom of speech, freedom. And we are the free world. We are the freest country on the nation, at least in theory. Not so much anymore. Yeah, I think it's kind of switch roles. I think now the Democrats are the Marxists. I know Shank Jenkins is a bit of a Marxist. I'm not so sure about Paul Senator. I think he's just an evil being. But yeah, so I know you're all waiting for it. Cindy, when is Cindy going to talk about the debates? When is Cindy going to talk about the damn debates? Yeah, that's what we're waiting for, yeah. You are absolutely right. They were 100% rigged. For those of you who couldn't hear, a great friend of mine, Jody Beltamore, is in the audience, the only person who could afford a seat. She just said that the debates were rigged. And she's absolutely right. They were 100% rigged. 100% rigged. And by the way, I look at Elmo Monster Jr., and I just think he's so immature. Like, he is a news moderator. Like, one moment you have the CEO of Grizzly Halloween and the CEO of IXL Learning right in front of you. I mean, now, they're CEOs, not politicians, but still, they're high upper class people. Don't you think they deserve some sort of respect? But the way Elmo Monster Jr. Behaved, so childish. In all fairness, though, he did grow up on Sesame Street, and, Big Bird wasn't really doing too well with his stash, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I know they do too well. We're here out here sitting in the rain, The next two debates, and the previous debate before the vice mayoral, we were there. I was there, and Shank Jenkins was there. Old Mayor Jenkins was there. And let me tell you, he and Elmo Monster Jr. definitely have to be best buddies or something. They definitely have to be best buddies, because I'm telling you right now, there is no way. Shank Jenkins doesn't like anybody. He didn't even like half of his own vice mayors, and I happen to be one of them. I will be, but I'm telling you right now, I am going to be Shank Jenkinson's last vice mayor. There ain't no way that Paul Senator is going to get any political power, and there is no way in hell, no chance in hell, that Paul Senabeer, CEO of IXL Learning, is going to become the President of the United States. No chance in hell. No chance in hell. Sorry, it happened. And they were asking us all sorts of ridiculous questions. They were like, go-on questions. Like, they were just trying to carry out the debates. And by the way, 3 debates. I wanted to say something for the longest damn time about 3 debates. Nobody else thought that that was quite a weird thing to have 3 mayoral debates and the vice mayoral debate. That was so weird. And you know, at the time of those debates, Ann Alice and Uncle Jerry had been indicted, Frog Bear committed suicide, and Salvatore was assassinated. Thank God that Salvatore is okay, and thank God that Frog Bear is in God's good graces now. But it's still, these are the lengths that the Democrats are going to go to make sure that they can secure the throne. Well, we don't look at the mayor's office as a throne. We live in a very beautiful town. I'm sure you can see Salvatore bought out the sectional plan, and I helped to make that happen. He would have never been able to act that if Paul Senabeer was vice mayor, because I'm telling you right now, the situation with Shank Jenkins and Paul Senabeer, they are a lot like brothers. Like, they behave like brothers. They hate each other, but they'll take a bullet for each other. I swear, well, it must be because, you know, they've been working together for the past 25 years, so I guess that says something. You know, they've known each other for 25 years, from one Marxist to another, so I guess it's not all that. I guess that explains a lot. It's horrible, but it explains a lot. Yeah. Speaking of Frog Bear, I know Jody's been waiting to say her piece, and I will let her take the stage in just a moment, but I will introduce her first. So, Frog Bear Baltimore has unfortunately committed suicide last week, and to honor him, we are going to have his stepmother, Jody Baltimore, speak in front of us. We feel so sorry for Frog Bear, and Frog Bear, if you're watching this or listening to this, if you know that we're talking about you in any way, please understand that we hope that you're doing okay. We know you are okay. You are in God's graces now. God is going to take care of you. He is going to take care of us, and He is going to make our country great again. At this time, I'd like to welcome Jody Baltimore to the stage. Please give her a round of applause.
I like testing, 1, 2.
Testing.
Okay. I like to. These microphones aren't working. I know that did
Horrible, this is horrible. Is it?
Oh, okay, yep.
Testing.
1, 2, testing. Testing, 1, 2, yep. Nope, this isn't working. I don't understand why it's not working. It's not good. It's not good. Can you hear me? Hello. Let me.
You know, maybe. Oh, wait. I think it's working. Oh. That's not good.
All right, I went down and fixed the thing. I think it should be working now.
This is so bad. We got such horrible technology. All right. Anyway, thank you all so much. Thank you to the Vice Mayor, Cindy Moostress, for allowing me a moment to speak. On April 21st, 2021, I was officially able to call Frog Bear Baltimore my son. Maybe it didn't matter if it was from birth or from document. Frog Bear Baltimore was my son, and I loved him just the same as I did Bob and as I did Lamb. I loved them just the same. And I am still deeply hurt by what the Jenkins administration has done and what Paul Senabeer has done, not just to my son or to me or to my family, but to families across the country and to children across the country. I've said it before and I'll say it again. IXL Learning is a horrible program and it's for horrible people designed by horrible people. Horrible, horrible, horrible people. And if you are currently doing an IXL right now or have IXLs to do, may God bless you and may God help you in your time of need. If you are in a time of need, God bless you, God help you. I know that God is on my side. God is fighting hard. God is seeing what has happened to my son and what is happening to me and my family and to us new Rocksvillians. Shank Jenkins is a horrible mayor. He did nothing, gave me no condolences. Paul Senabeard is the same way. He did nothing, he said nothing to me, and I find it quite odd that he died by his office. And Shank Jenkins and Paul Senabeard, the mayor of New Rocksville and the CEO of IXL Learning, they couldn't take 5 minutes to pick up the phone and give me condolences. But I'll tell you who did give me condolences. Cindy Moostress. Cindy Moostress gave me condolences. She came to the Epiphany Holdings. She gave me comfort. Cindy was here in my time of need. And if there's one thing I can guarantee you, is that I can guarantee that she'll be here in your time of need. Do not vote in Shank Jenkins and Paul Senabeard. It will be the worst decision you ever make in your entire life. If you vote in Sal and Cindy, I can guarantee you this. They are going to save us from a war with Leisure Bowl. They are going to save us from World War III. They're going to help President Donald Trump keep good relations with China and Germany and Russia and Ukraine. And you know what? I might be flagged tomorrow, but I'm just going to say it. If you vote in Cindy Moostress, she is going to make America great again. Thank you so much. God bless you. It's boring. It's boring. It's very wet out here, and I know you're all soaking wet and you don't want to be out here anymore, so I am going to conclude my speech at this. Actually, you know, when I'm done, I'm going to turn it to Sal. Sally, I'm going to turn it over to you. Do you want to? Oh, okay, yeah. So Sal is going to finish the speech for us. So I'll turn it over to him. He'll end the speech. But basically, you saw what the Jenkins administration has done. And I'm telling you right now, as his vice mayor, you may think that I sat around for 20 years and did nothing. I did not do nothing. I have been creating documents. This is the only, what I've been doing, they sound weird, but it's the only secure way to get Jenkins out of office. I found the people that he is using to rig the elections. The mayoral elections, he's been rigging them since 1970, his second term, which was, I believe, in 1972? No, 71. His first term was in 1971, and he, for 50, actually for almost 60 terms. It's actually a little bit more than 50 terms. He had to, because he's been the mayor since, no, I'm sorry, my facts are wrong. Since 75, he had to rig the elections because his first term was in 73 after the Timothy administration, the Tim Timothy administration. Most of you don't remember that or haven't been alive for that. He was the vice mayor to Tim Timothy. Shank Jenkins started out as New Rocksville's vice mayor, and for the past 50 years he managed to rig the elections. That managed to go unspoken by literally every single president from the 1970s to today. And I'm telling you, Jimmy Carter never spoke about it. To this day, he'll still never speak about it. Ronald Reagan never spoke about it. George H.W. Bush never talked about it. I think, Donald Trump touched on it, but, he never fully spoke about it. Who else? Bill Clinton never talked about it. George W. Bush never talked about it. Barack Obama never talked about it, and I know that President Biden never talked about it. He'll never talk about it. Kamala Harris, she'll definitely never talk about it. She's radical left. I think she's crazy. And the stuff about her having the kids? No, wait. She never had kids. I personally believe that she never had kids. And you can think whatever you want of me, but I personally believe that she never, ever had kids. I don't believe, I refuse to believe it. So this is my scoop on it, and you know what the Jenkins administration has done. They've rigged every single mayoral election. Shank Jenkins refused to pay respects to Marley Donna Fitzgerald Lawson, and he fought in a war that we funded. We funded that war. Remember that while we were fighting a global pandemic. We were fighting a global pandemic while fighting a war. I mean, do you realize how ridiculous Shank Jenkins is? And if you agree with none of that, you must agree with me that, and I'm just going to put this out there, 88 is too old to run for mayor. I have literally never heard of mayors
approaching their 90s. Come on.
At this time, I'm going to turn it over to Sal, and he's going to finish the speech. Sal, you got it from here, kiddo. Thank you all so much.
Testing. Nothing ever works. Right? Nope, nothing ever works. Really.
So, Cindy's speech. You want to talk about Russian collusion? There it is. Something's going wrong. I've got the remote here to control it. I don't know what's going on. Russian collusion, am I right, everybody? I mean, really. This is the kind of stuff that the Jenkins administration did. They fund wars, but they won't go to services for I don't know what is wrong with this thing. Anyway, they will fund wars, but they won't go to services for, our members. I'm telling you, this is Shank Jenkins. This is Paul Senebeer. They know that we're out here trying to give the speech, and they're trying to silence us. I'm telling you, it's either that or Russian collusion. I think it's actually Shank Jenkins, though. Anyway, they'll go to services. They won't go to services, but they'll fund wars that we don't even need to be a part of the Leisure Pole Fraser East Wars. You don't ever hear it being called the Leisure Pole New Rocksville Fraser East War, something along those lines. You don't ever hear it being called that because that's not what it is. It was a war because Mayor Thomas James Warner is refused to pay back the Swiss government, and Viola Amherst is a crybaby. So we have, what was close to World War III. This is the stuff they were. The Chinese spy balloon and the Russian collusion. This is what they were talking about. So part of this is because Mayor Warner is a communist. He is a communist. I'm telling you this right now. Well, I really do have to get going, and me and Cindy really do have to get going. But the point is, it's a very easy choice to make, but it's yours. It's yours to make. You can have 2 more years of Shank Jenkins, and our country can go to hell. And I mean that in the literal sense, because the Marxist CEO of IXL Learning, Paul Centerbeard, will be your vice mayor, and then this town is doomed. Or you can vote for us, and we can make America great again, and we can make New Rocksville great again. But get this, I have been the only political candidate that's been assassinated. Everybody loved me until I ran for vice mayor. Democrats, Republicans, everybody loved me. The minute that Cindy Moostress announced that I was her vice, everybody was up in arms. Everybody on the Democratic side of this, because they tend to be the little less, they tend to be a little bit less smart than some others. They tend to be a little bit less smart than the Republicans these days. Shank Jenkins and Paul Centerbeard have no loyalty to this town, to our founding fathers, to our service members, and to our country. And if you get them elected, they will destroy our country, and we will go to hell. Thank you.